Check, mic check, 1, 2. Clap for sound. We synced up. Yo, what up guys? My name is Gabe Tran, and today we're gonna be talking about the G7X Mark III. This is just the Mark II, because the Mark III hasn't came out yet, but I just wanted to use it for dramatic effect. Yeah, cool. Anyways, so the Mark II came out in mid-2016. That's almost 3 years ago. So a Mark III is long overdue. In the past, there has been a few leaked photos, but those turn out to be fake image renders from another YouTuber.
Yes, I did that.
But since then, there's been a few more leaked photos and specs, but this time, it ain't a troll. Alright guys, if you're new here, I make videos on tech and videography, amongst other things. So if that's something you're into, consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright, so why don't we just check out these photos here. Alright, so here we see the front of the camera, which looks pretty much the same as the Mark II, which isn't really surprising because Canon doesn't typically change much with each new model. With this front view, we get some information, alright? You see the information on the lens, 8.8 to 3.68 millimeters. A 1.8 aperture to a 2.8 aperture. If you look on the Mark II, those are the exact same numbers. So it's safe to say that the Mark III is not gonna get a lens upgrade. It's gonna be using the exact same lens that the Mark I and the Mark II have been using, which is kind of a disappointment, but at the same time, it's already a really good lens. All right, so here we got another front picture, but this time showcasing another colorway. All right, so the Mark I and the Mark II only came out in black, but now it looks like they're gonna be offering a silver and black colorway, which is pretty cool. You know, it gives off that retro vintage look, but I'd probably still just go with the black, you know, keep it a little more low key when I'm vlogging. But the silver's not bad. I can imagine it, you know, hanging around your neck with some brown leather straps. Because it has like this big old front circle, it does really have that vintage look. All right, so here we see the back of the camera. Looks like it still has the same amount of buttons. The biggest change I see is the size of the screen. Looks like the touchscreen is much larger. Actually, a little bit larger, not that much larger. All right, so moving down to the bottom of the camera, looks pretty much exactly the same. Even the shape of the door is the same, so maybe it uses the same batteries as the Mark II and I. If that's the case, you won't have to buy new batteries when you're upgrading. All right, so here we see the top of the camera. It looks pretty much the same, but it looks like they removed the 2 outer microphone ports, and also it seemed like they added this groove in the middle of the camera right there. Not exactly sure what that's for, but let's just move on to the next photo. All right, here on the left side of the camera, you got a USB port, HDMI port, and a Wi-Fi button. Those were already included on the Mark II, so no real difference there. They did opt to use a metal finish instead of this rubber finish that they had on the Mark II, so there's that change, I guess. All right, let's move on to the next photo. I don't know about you, but this is the photo I'm most excited about. All right, so there's a little switch for the flash. We had that on the Mark II, but if you look closely, all right, I'm gonna zoom in on that for you. Bam! Does that say what I think that says? Is that a mic port? Is that a mic port? You don't know how much of a game changer this is. There has never been a point and shoot camera this small with a mic input. Canon has been listening. They know who's buying the G7X, and that's vloggers, YouTubers. And what did we all want? A mic input. And they gave it to us. Sony, you missed out, man. You missed out. Before this, it was always a mix-up between, you know, the Canon G7X and the Sony RX100. You know, the Sony RX100 Mark VI came out recently. Yeah, they did include that like super long-range zoom lens, but they still didn't put a mic input on it. That was a missed opportunity on their part. And man, Canon is coming through with the Mark III. All right, so let's go back to the top view. I'm speculating that that groove that they added is some sort of accessory mount so that you can attach a microphone to it. The only downside I see with that is that the microphone is gonna be blocking the screen when you flip it up. I'm wondering if Canon is gonna be releasing some sort of custom microphone to go with the Mark III. All right, but anyways, those were all the photos that were leaked. Let's go over a few rumored specs for the camera. A 1-inch dual pixel autofocus CMOS sensor. If this is true, along with that mic port, it's a wrap. G7X is gonna be the king of vlogging cameras. If you don't know what dual pixel autofocus is, it's basically the best autofocus system out there on the market right now. It's super accurate and super quick. Next spec, max speed of 10 frames per second for photos, Digic 8 processor, 4K video at 30 frames per second. That's kind of crazy, but honestly, I don't really care about 4K when it comes to vlogging. But if it has it, then cool. 1080p video at 60 frames per second. All right, so that was kind of a letdown. I'm hoping that they upgrade their slow motion capabilities to at least 120 frames per second. I mean, the Sony RX100 can shoot at 240 frames per second. Canon, come on, you can at least do half of that. 60 frames per second is just not enough for that buttery slow motion. And I know how much you guys out there love that buttery slow motion. 120 frames, please. Give me that. Built-in Wi-Fi, NFC, and GPS. No mention yet about dual pixel autofocus for 4K. So far, so good. If all these rumors are true, we might have the perfect vlogging camera. Besides that 60 frames per second. Give me that 120. I know you can do it, Canon. You can do it. Take away the 4K. I don't even want the 4K. Just give me the 120 frames. Canon, you listening? You listening? Give me the 120 frames. Please. Let me check the rumored release date real quick. G7X Mark III. Don't really see any rumored release dates, but if I were to guess, the Mark III is probably gonna be released probably around September. All right, September 2019. But yeah, that's all the information I have so far on the Mark III. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for the Mark III to come out? Because I know I am. Wow, is this even recording still? Still is. Good. What if I was filming that whole time and it wasn't even recorded? Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys excited for the Mark III to come out? I know I am. The Mark II was one of my favorite cameras, and unfortunately, this one's busted. So I'm looking for a replacement. Hopefully the Mark III comes out very soon. But hope you guys enjoyed that video and found the information useful. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Yo, how much do you guys think I can sell this busted G7X for? Hey, if you guys want a busted G7X, hit me up. Trying to get rid of this so I can save up for the Mark III. Canon, that mic input. I love you.